For years, I thought more flexibility means better retention. Let them skip, let them pause, keep everyone happy. Then I tracked the accounts I let pause. 40 to 60% gone in 90 days. The ones skipping every single month, quietly leaving too. More flexibility did not save them. Flexibility in the wrong order, it just churned with extra steps. After 100 plus brands and 100 million in subscription revenue, this is the ladder. 7 levers ranked, most brands offer them backwards. In this video, we will learn that there is a priority order. In most of the tools, we have all the options. Either you are on Recharge, on Skio, on StayAI. Every tools have the same set of features. But because they give so many features to the customers, there is a reschedule, there is a skip, there is change frequency. And when they configure this, either they give wrong option to the customer or they leave these options open without any restrictions. When we start working with the brand, we go into the account, we see people can reschedule for next 2 years or people can skip 4 5 times in a row. But end of the day, the first is the philosophical reason. Why we need this? Because the role is the maximize LTV. We are not here to maximize the pause rate. We are not here to maximize the skip rate or the cancel save rate. Those are all tertiary metrics, but the main core metric is the LTV, how much money you get from the customer in a year. So if you are not getting that, these kind of flexibility is coming into the way of the customer is taking undue advantage of those flexibility. So those things can lower your performance. So now first is the reschedule. Then there is a skip. More related with the skip is the change frequency. Then swap comes into the picture. Then pause, discount and cancel. Cancel is the last. Pause is second last. We don't want them to pause also. And even if they pause, we don't want them to pause indefinitely or multiple times. We want to max 90 days. So let's go one by one. So first is the reschedule, which is to schedule your next delivery date, which is mostly available. But what we started doing, we started pitching this as the first option, because what happens if somebody is going on a vacation or they are not at home or they just need 7 days, 10 days here and there. So the window is within 30 days, they can always reschedule. If they are on the 1st of Jan, so they can reschedule till 30th of Jan. That gives them a 30-day and this is low commitment. They have not changed the frequency. They have not changed the order. They have just asked that instead of billing me on 1st, you bill me on 7th. Like I have 1 week extra supply or I'm going out for holiday. It should be the first option. And max is 2 consecutive. We don't want more than that. 14 to 30-day window is more than good enough. After 30 days, it mostly goes on a skip because most of the brands are either on 1 month cycle or 3 month cycle. So then skip is the second best option. And in skip, typically we want 1 cycle. We don't want them to skip like 3-4 cycles. And we try to limit that with their frequency, but maximum 3 months. But 3 months is also pushing it. I prefer like more than 1 month or 2 months kind of a skip, but totally depends on the brand, but nothing more than 3 months. So now you see within 30 days reschedule. More than 30 to 90 is where skip comes into the picture. And what we do is also email sequence around the skip. So if they skip, so we try to send them emails that you can resume your plan or you can get it early. You want to keep the communication lines open and you want to keep on pinging them about the gift is there or there is an upsell or there is a frequency offer. When we start the audit, we see that some customers keep on skipping. So we want to discourage that kind of a behavior as well. Guardrails are really important. Every tool has a different method to do that. Then there is a change frequency. Change frequency is not applicable for everyone, but if somebody is not ready with the frequency, so we can give them option. So typically this comes at 2 places. One, outside in the portal where it's just minor thing, but mostly in the cancel flow when they say that I want to skip my order. The next question comes that if you are regularly skipping, so is it a frequency thing? If someone has a different concern that product didn't work or something like that, but it works for if someone has much inventory or a supply or a cadence or volume thing. So for that, change frequency comes to the picture. But that's the third priority. First reschedule, then skip, then change frequency. Next, pause. The challenge with pause is that skip is easy. There is a one frequency. So you know that if someone skipped in Feb, so at least in March, you will be delivering them. But if someone goes on a pause, then what happens if you keep it open, then the pause can be indefinite. What we try to limit is that you are not allowed to pause more than 3 months or maximum 6 months. After 6 months, we either will resume and start billing or we cancel your account. There is no middle ground. We don't want to keep it paused indefinitely because it's as good as a cancelled customer. If you cancel them, then other sequences like win back can hit them. But if they are kept a pause, so in the reporting, you will always report them. They are not cancelled. They are part of active subscriptions, but they are actually paused, they are not giving you any money. In most of the accounts, we see 10 to 20% of accounts have been paused indefinitely. Idea is to keep the pause limited. We don't celebrate pause. We always want a resume date, 90 to 180. And then if you feel like indefinite pause, then we send them emails that either we will cancel your subscription or we will build your subscription and make a clean break. Apart from that, if someone has paused, then you push the same options, skip, resume, gift, or add on. Pause should be just above cancel. So in the panel, when we design, we keep pause on top of the cancel. So there is a pause, then cancel button, and pause is more highlighted and skip is even more highlighted. So customer knows that they can also skip, they can pause. Then there is a swap. Swap is also similar to change frequency. It's not a very hard code one, but if you're not happy with this product, you can always swap. So instead of cancel, if someone is hellbent on cancel, then swap comes into the picture that we are asking them to swap instead of a cancel. Then there is something called proactive and reactive. So proactive is that before someone cancels, they never jumps directly to the cancel. There is always some kind of a soft signals if the subscriber is aware. The challenge becomes that subscriber is mostly not aware that they can also pause, they can also skip, they can also change frequency. So even if you inform them that all these options exist, then also they will never jump directly to the cancel. Idea is that there will be some skips or some kind of a pause and then the cancel will happen. So that's why first the letter becomes important, and second, your communication for each. If someone skips, then what's your communication? If someone cancels, then what's your communication? And if you are seeing like a repeat behavior, like someone is skipping twice or someone is skipping and pausing and somebody is paused for 3 months, then you know that they are very heavy risk. If you get a signal that somebody is about to cancel, then you try to outreach them and you try to pitch them some products, or you can do a manual outreach. So if you see some proactive numbers in your account, you try to reach out to them. And the best part is that if somebody is active, either they are using escape, they are pausing, or they are swapping. So they are actively engaged. They are going into the account, they are making the changes, but still they are active. The worst case scenario is that they don't show any signal and they directly come into the account and cancel the account. So what we get from skip, pause, or change frequency is some sort of a proactive signal that this is a potential churner, and we can like set up rules to stop them. And steps like can be a discount, can be offer, can be a free gift, or can be a manual outreach. So it depends on the brand and the scale. And coming down to the mistakes, cancel is there because cancel is mandatory by government, and in the tools you can't hide the cancel. But all the other options, pause, skip, or change frequency, these are like customizable. So most of the tools, pause is hidden or it's not even added in the account, or skip or swap is very much hidden and there is one cancel. So for the customer, any change to the account starts from cancel, and which is bad. We want cancel to be the last option and we want to walk them through other options before they jump to the cancel. Second is the discount. We don't want them to focus on the discount. We want to give them other options, swap or skip or change frequency, because those are main thing. Discounting, gifting is always like part and parcel, but we want to solve the problem at the first hand, not with discounts. Everybody celebrates their cancel flow. Even if you see some cancellation, the idea is to go back into the account and then see how those saved customers are doing. Have they stayed over? Have they reactivated later? If they paused, they have reactivated or resumed their pause. It's better to do those kind of analysis instead of just celebrating that we have saved this much cancellation, say like a tertiary or secondary metric, but the main metric is LTV. And what we want is everything should be accounted for LTV, that how much LTV we are generating from a customer in a year. That's the threshold. If you are seeing like a save rate below 15%, then your cancel flow needs work. If your cancel flow save rate is very high, you are saving 50-60%, then what's happening? There might be something wrong which is being saved, and you need to see that after save what's happening in the account. If there is a pause or churn, how many people are pausing and are they churning? So that number we need to monitor. And then last is the consecutive skips. If somebody is skipping, then we want to engage with them proactively. That's it. That's it, the full ladder. Reschedule, skip, change frequency, swap, and then pause, discount, cancel. The saves are the last thing before someone reaches the cancel flow. If your only save offer is the pause or discount, you are delaying the loss and paying it for twice. First for pause or skip, and then in eventual cancel. I break down the one retention systems like this every week. Subscribe so the next one finds you. And if you want this letter mapped to your own subscription program, this is what we do at RetainUP with our repeat purchase maximizer framework. Link in the description below.